There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Marketing Me Live. We are live today at Maryhill College Lucena, and we have speakers from VXI Global and Makati Medical Center. So before we start, we invite everyone to join us for the prayer followed by the national anthem.
Let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today. May you bestow your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone who are present here today, that each one of us may be able to share our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom for your glory and honor. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We all ask of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig. Di ka pasisiin sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Thank you for that. So we welcome everyone to our webinar today. So if you're ready, we'd like to invite Ms. Lindsay Arsante, RGC RPM, Director for the Office of Student Affairs and Services, to give us the opening remarks. Ms. Lindsay, we'll put you up. Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ma'am Shari. So, good morning, everyone. This year's career guidance is being provided to all of the Marian students because we believe that the topics to be discussed will all be relevant as you tread on your future. Proper career planning sets up a strong foundation for your future and gives you a steady path to focus on your goals. I thank the Student Welfare Services Unit headed by their team leader, Mrs. Roslyn Baragay, for initiating this activity to prepare our Marian students to become the most marketable candidate for their prospective job path. I also thank the team of Jobs 180 and also the speakers who will give their expertise on the topics to be given to our students. Good day, everyone, and have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ms. Lindsay. And thank you also for working behind the scenes for this event. Thank you, Ma'am Lindsay. Okay. So as usual, to our audience, would like to know where you're from. So please comment your name and course and their strand, if ever. So type in your questions later so we can answer them after the talk. And don't forget to share this with your friends as well. So attendance and evaluation will be released at the end of the webinar. So please tag your friends so they don't miss out on this event today. So here's our schedule for this morning. So we will be discussing job applications using the resume link, new wage career possibilities, new normal world of work, and problem solving and decision making. So the speakers will be coming from VXI Global Holdings and Makati Medical Center. So shout out to everyone who is here. So thank you for being on time. So as we go along, we encourage you to put in your questions. Tapos after ng speaker, magkakaroon tayo ng Q&A. So for our first speaker, we have discussing job applications using the resume link. We have Sir Kim Chua. He is the managing director of jobs20.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. He is a trusted resource speaker and he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Yeah. So Sir Kim, if you're ready, the floor is yours. Please take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist, is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely, wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan. Okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot. Pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay, wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over-creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So, sayang lang. So, you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo. Kayo lang may alam yan. At lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kayo ng account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So, you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often that you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or anong mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma. Diba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga, hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, edi-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamalan ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So, you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So, hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam nyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design, diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin. Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nag-submit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik, hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year, ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position, and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O, di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cellphone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganon. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes, lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. So to our audience, the floor is now open for questions. So kung meron kayong tanong regarding the presentation, pwede na natin itanong kay Sir. So Sir, I'll go first so to give them time to think about their questions. First question, okay lang po ba gamitin yung school email?
Okay lang ba gamitin ang school email sa pag-register ng resume link? The answer is yes, because that's an official email address. However, ang reminder ko is when you leave the school later on, when you graduate, and I'm sure you will, no, sooner or later gagraduate kayo, baka hindi nyo na po magagamit yung official email address na in-issue sa inyo ng school. So, for those who have already created their resume links using the school issued email addresses, then I recommend you change it na. Palitan nyo na para you don't need to remember changing it pa later on. Okay, now for those who have not created their resume link, I recommend you just use your personal email address para wala ka na papalitan. Diba? Tsaka para kahit saan ka mapunta later on, yung pag-graduate nyo, you just need to update it na lang from your end yung mga possible job matches. Makikita nyo na lang din doon yung mga invitation. Okay? Ayan.
Next question, sir. Okay lang po ba mag-apply sa mga positions na hindi directly related sa course? na tinapos?
Puwedeng pwede. 'Yan ang sagot ko diyan 'no. I speak as an HR most of the time, and I speak for most HR, I don't speak for everyone. Pero kadalasan ang mga companies, they will be screening you based on your skills. Yung qualifications niyo kung pasok ba dun sa skill requirement or sa requirements nung company. Hindi lang sa skills 'no, marami pang ibang mga requirements yung ibang companies. Basta nag-fit yung requirement, I think okay lang regardless of your course. Ideally, yan yung mas maganda is applyan natin yung mga companies or mga positions na align sa courses natin, mainly because yung advantage mo nandoon eh. Kasi alam mo na eh, 'di ba, yung background no doon sa course na yun. Pero it doesn't mean na when you graduate, example lang when you graduate as from education, it doesn't mean that you have to end up teaching or you have to end up applying in schools to teach. 'Di ba? So you get what I'm saying, 'di ba? So kahit na mahilig kayo example sa may skills kayo sa graphic design, mahilig kayo sa mga arts and crafts or iba pang mga alam ninyong skills. In that example, kahit na graduate ka ng education, pwede ka mag-apply for an IT position doon sa graphic designer, 'di ba? Sa department or sa marketing, pwede rin naman, 'di ba? For marketing. So ganun. May mga positions naman na open to all courses regardless, no, kung ano pa yung course nyo. Ayan.
Ayan.
Okay.
Last na lang, sir.
Hmm.
Can you enlighten us about salary models? May bumabagsak po ba? Kunyari, masyadong mataas yung salary
Mm.
expectation na sinabi nila. Babagsak po ba sila sa interview, for example?
You mean to say when the applicants will be asking for salary? Ganun ba yung, can you repeat yung question mo? I'm trying to understand it better.
Ano sir, babagsak ka po ba, for example, sabi, nagtanong yung company, what is your salary expectation? Tapos sabi mo, 20K, 30K, ganyan. Pero
Okay,
fresh
okay.
grad ka po. So,
Okay.
ano ba to? Ground ba to sa
Para
hindi pag-bigyan
bumagsak.
sa'yo ng company?
Okay, okay. Now I understand it better. So, dalawa yan eh. Ito yung opinion ko dyan, no? Yung isa is, you will definitely answer something that you are expecting and that it will, in a way, meet your needs. 'Di ba? Syempre, pag nagtatrabaho ka na or kayo, some of you might be breadwinners ng families nyo. So, hindi ko rin alam, no? Baka ganun yung scenario. Some of you naman might be, just doing this kasi for the sake of, having some work para lang masabi may trabaho na kayo. Iba kasi ganun yung mindset eh. Pagka-graduate, kailangan magkatrabaho lang ako para hindi ako, para in ako, di ba? Para kumbaga meron akong trabaho, may ganyan. So, when the company asks for you, or the HR asks for your expectations sa salary, ang recommend ko dito is, one, you need to be aligned with the industry. Okay, yun yung una. Do not put yourself in a situation kung saan, yes, you are expecting somehow a sabihin natin a moderate to high salary, enough, comfortable enough for you to move around, to make ends meet, and also to have a little extra pa, 'di ba? Now, when you give that salary, tapos medyo out of the range na yon doon sa binibigay ng HR, then chances are you might be losing that spot, 'di ba? Now, when they ask you naman how much are you expecting, never ever answer naman na kahit magkano po, 'di ba? it doesn't also sound good kapag ganun yung dating kasi parang hindi mo man lang, wala ka man lang any expectation on how much, and you don't even know how much you'll be spending later on, 'di ba? Example, may mga transpo allowances, transpo expenses kayo later, and you have to, syempre wala ka ng support sa family, 'di ba? Minsan ikaw pa nga magtutulong sa family mo, 'di ba? So ano mo na 'yan, 'di ba? So never ever answer na kahit magkano po, basta magkatrabaho lang ako, 'di ba? It doesn't sound right eh. So you have to give a number and a range. Yan ang recommend ko. Give a number, give a range, and that range should somehow be within within the industry standards. So you have to do your research. Okay? Baka naman kasi i-compare mo ito sa kaibigan mo na nag-apply sa ibang bansa. Halimbawa lang, no? I remember when I was still in my freshman year, no, nung freshman year, meaning pagka-graduate ko, rookie sa pag-a-apply ng trabaho, I have some friends who applied in Singapore, no, sa ibang bansa. And at that time, the exchange rate was about sabihin na lang natin mga 30. One Singapore dollar is to 30 pesos. So, ganito lang kasimple, no? Nag-apply siya for an IT company. And the minimum salary doon sa Singapore at that time was around 2,000. 1,500 hanggang 2,000. Yan yung range, Singapore dollars. So, if you're going to base it on that, parang isipin mo, fresh grad, 60,000 na kaagad yun, ha? Diba? So, pagka nag-apply ka sa Pilipinas at tinanong sa'yo for the same exact, same exact industry and position, ina-applyan mo, pero wala ka naman sa ibang bansa, nasa Pilipinas ka, you have to adjust din. And when you start answering na because you base it on your friend who also applied for the same position and same industry, pero it happens to be in another company, edi hindi ka na align, 'di ba? Yun yung ibig ko sabihin. So you have to be aligned din. Okay, now never throw an answer na hindi mo rin ma-back-upan. Because I encountered this a lot of times. Na minsan sasabihin ng aplikante, how much are you expecting or what is your expected salary? Sasagutin nila, I'm okay with at least the minimum. Sabi nila, the minimum. Okay, the minimum amount. Government mandated minimum na sweldo. Babalik ko yung tanong kaagad. Sasabihin ko, so how much is the minimum? Tapos biglang kakamot na lang sila ng ulo. Ano po alam mo na. Pag ganun na nangyari, hindi ka rin nag-research. Okay? So, you when you say something, you have to back it up. Okay? And sometimes may mga ibang aplikante ako na talagang very assertive, no? To say na I am hoping to get this amount of salary after I get regularized. Diba? Kasi syempre, I understand there's a probationary period. And within that probationary period, I'm hoping that I'll be able to meet the standards of the company and I'll be able to meet the expectations. And so, come my regular period, and at least 1 year, no, within my stay here in the company, I will be evaluated according to my performance. And I'm hoping na ma-hit ko itong amount na ito. Ayan. So, ati sa ganung scenario, when the HR will listen to you, makikita na niya 'di ba? We understand the probationary is always like 6 months. So, may 6 months para magkaalaman kung okay or hindi. Now, when they regularize you later on, tapos alam din pala nila na hindi naman pala nila mabibigay yon kasi yung range hindi naman pala talaga aabot doon sa ine-expect mo. Di expect na rin nila may certain lapses, kumbaga hindi magtutugma yan later on, 'di ba? Pero pag alam nila na pasok yung range na ine-expect nyo, definitely I think they will give you a shot for that position. So ayan. Okay? So I hope na answer ko yung tanong ni Ma'am Shari.
Ito sir, last na lang.
Sige lang.
Red flags.
Red flags. Okay, kung ako yung perspective ng HR or perspective ng aplikante?
Perspective ng aplikante.
Ng aplikante. Okay. Pag red flags for me, kung ako yung aplikante and I'm applying for companies, one of the things you have to be careful of is yung mga companies na fly-by-night kung tawagin. Now, when we say fly-by-night, ito yung mga, alam mo yung mga tipong nagtitake advantage yung mga aplikante, minsan maniningil sa'yo ng bayad for application form, kailangan mo magbayad ng kahit magkano, kahit sabi mo, 100 pesos for application form, so yung mga ganun tipo. Ito yung mga iiwasan natin kasi maraming mga illegal recruiters right here, no, sa Pilipinas na nagtitake advantage, lalo na sa mga fresh graduate. So, never ever fall into those kinds of companies. Another thing na red flag para sa akin is if they don't have any physical office in the Philippines. Okay? I'm not saying na just because they don't have a physical office in the Philippines means illegal sila. Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying lang na mahirap kasi hanapin or puntahan ang kumpanya pag wala sila sa Pilipinas. So when you report, to example, to DOLE later on, pag nagkaroon ka ng problem with that employer, saan sila pupunta? Sino lalapitan nyo? Wala naman sila sa Philippines. So yun yung isang gusto ko sabihin na red flag. Okay? Now, another red flag I think is if they don't have a website. So siguro sa panahon ngayon, ayan, no, if you are a company operating in the Philippines, or not just in the Philippines, elsewhere, I think you should have a website. Okay, if you don't have a website, parang wala kang online presence, medyo question mark 'yon. And when I say website, hindi siya Facebook, hindi social media na link kasi sometimes now companies when you ask them, or HR people, when you ask them, so where can I check about your company? And then they point you to social media platform. And in that example, one of the most popular platform is Facebook. So they tell you, check out our Facebook page. Diba? Facebook page is not equal to your company website. Yeah? So, company website is really your company website. So, you put, the details there at kahit papaano, alam mo, mas professional ang dating, di ba? Kapag meron siyang ganon. Okay? So, yun para sa akin yung mga red flags kung ako'y aplikante. Okay? Pero definitely don't fall into those companies na naniningil ng mga bayad. Kung meron man, isumbong nyo na yan. Hindi lang kay Tulfo. Okay? Isumbong nyo yan kay Dole. Sigurado. Para matulungan kayo. Okay? Now, if ever lang, you see companies, by the way, in jobs180.com, we are doing our due diligence, and we did that for all the companies who are advertising on our site, just to make sure lang that they are all legit. They comply with the requirements here, no, sa Philippine laws natin. So, kahit papaano masasabi namin na lahat na makita yung companies sa jobs180.com na website, lahat yan, okay yan, clear yan. Now, just in case lang na along the way, you might encounter some of those companies doing some malpractices, or you think that hindi siya appropriate, no, for companies to be treating applicants, or kung paano man yung ma-experience nyo, please don't hesitate to inform us. Email nyo lang kami, sabihan nyo kami sa info@jobs180.com para mat-assist namin kayo at matignan namin yung matter na yan, with that company. Okay? Ayan. So just doing some shout out lang.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Sir Kim. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
So on behalf of Maryhill, Lucena, we thank you, sir, for gracing this event, for doing the talk for the students. We hope to do this again for other universities. So
We're
thank you,
looking
sir.
forward. Looking forward. Oo. And by the way, check out the link. Nakalimutan ko sabihin. Nakita nyo nag-scroll na link dyan sa baba ng screen? Puntahan nyo yan. schools.jobs180.com/MHC. MHC for Maryhill College. O, tingnan nyo lang. Marami dyan mga career opportunities, mga companies na partner din ang inyong school para yun ay pwede nyo ma-explore, ma-applyan. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Be safe, everyone.
Thank you for that, Sir Kim. Ayan. So to our audience, huwag kayong mahiya. So pwede kayong maglagay ng questions niyo dito sa ating comment section. Tapos tatanong natin siya sa speaker after nilang mag-present. Ayan. So next topic, we have New Age Career Possibilities to be presented by Miss Marina Beatrice Lopez, Talent Acquisition Specialist for VXI Global. Our speaker for today is a registered psychometrician. She finished a degree in BS Psychology at Pamantasan ng Lungsod ng Maynila and is currently taking up masters in clinical psychology at De La Salle University, Manila. She's been with VXI for 1 year under talent acquisitions as specialist trainer for VXI's language team. Miss Bea, if you're ready. Hi, ma'am.
Hi,
Hi.
everybody!
Good
Hi,
morning.
good
Ma'am,
morning.
ayan. Ma'am, your deck is up and your audio and video is good. So if ever you get glitches later, I'll try to interrupt and let you know. Pero this one is
Alrighty.
good. So I'll leave
Mm-hmm.
it to it. I'll be back for Q&A in 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes. Thank you, Miss Bea.
Alrighty, thank you so much too. So again, everybody, hello Maryhill College, and hello to those who are currently watching the career talk today. So I hope that you're still up for another topic, and I hope that you're still curious, okay? Because I'm gonna feed those curious mind of yours, okay? So let's start, okay? I know that you guys are quite curious about new age careers because I also don't know about that before. Okay, I wish I was able to know this because this is going to be one of the best options that you guys could actually consider if you don't know what to do after graduation here. Okay, so again, I just want to tell you guys to consider, okay, the BPO industry to grow your careers here. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so when you say new age, everybody, aka the information age, aka the digital age, or maybe this is the age where we are currently living in. Okay, so in here, okay, in the world that we're currently living in, we are just one click away from getting all the information and help that we need. I know that we are really, really lucky because we don't have to come in the libraries just to actually get something in our thesis papers. I know that you guys are guilty about that because I'm also guilty. Okay. So I know that you guys can relate to this one. Okay. Because this is the age, okay, that we are actually currently living in. Okay. So because of the information age, there's like a lot of things that um there's like a lot of things that um that this one has actually helped us to do. Okay, so just like the basic things such as going online shopping, or maybe doing like food delivery apps. Okay, and because of this, now there's like a lot of new business models that have actually emerged in this age. Okay, so examples of that would be Grab, Shopee, Amazon, Spotify, Food Panda, Netflix, Lazada, Smart, Globe. Okay. And I know that you guys are actually using that because I've also been using that one. Okay. So this is where we come in. Okay. Behind all of this scene. Okay. This is where we actually come in. Okay. So this is where the BPO actually has helped lots or thousands of companies and thousands of people with the special services that they actually need. Okay, so please consider actually joining the BPO industry. Okay, so that you could also help thousands of people. Okay, by just by just sitting around, calling them or talking to them. Okay, through the BPO industry. Okay, so let's talk about BPO. So BPO is actually the business process outsourcing. Okay, this is actually the practice of contracting a specific work process or processes to an external service provider. Hmm. Okay, here's the thing. Let's make it simple. Okay, so BPO is actually a deal between two businesses to actually help its customers, okay, to have the special services that they need. Okay, so BPO here is actually where it helps the companies, okay, the large companies like the Grab, Shopee, Amazon, Spotify, Food Panda, and so on, okay, to actually help, okay, its customers to have their special needs such as customer service or technical support. Okay, so we also have the services like this one, okay, payroll, okay, where they are um the payroll where they are responsible for compensation of a business, accounting, where they are um or call this, they are responsible for financial transaction, telemarketing, where they are responsible for marketing of goods, data recording, where they are responsible for data collected, social media marketing. We know all about that, such as Facebook, Instagram, no, where they are responsible with connecting with your audience to build your brand, increase sales, or maybe drive website traffic. And we also have the customer support, okay, where it actually assists the customer who requires special assistance. And to be honest, part of the customer support here is the VXI, okay, which is the subset of a business process outsourcing. All right. So let's talk about BPO, okay, or VXI. Okay. So VXI is actually an example of a BPO company. This is also called a call center company. Okay. And again, call center is actually a subset of BPO where it actually involves only phone call. Okay. So you might be wondering where did VXI start, or what's the history of VXI? So VXI actually started in 1998 in Los Angeles, okay? And up until now, no, it still continues to grow all over the world. So we have like lots of branches here in the Philippines. We have in Davao, we have in Quezon City, we also have in SM MOA. Okay, where else? Makati. And we also have in China, Europe, America, and so on and so forth. Okay. And so if you want to work in one of the best companies, I believe VXI is one of the top choice here. Okay. So other than that, um, VXI actually has two major parts. Okay, we have the back office and also the front office. So when you say back office, this is an office or center in which the administrative work of a business is carried out, as opposed to its dealings with customers. So back office is like where I also work. Okay, because this is actually one of the sorry, part of the back office is the talent acquisition department. Okay, and front office, okay, is where um the customer facing function or the department of a firm. So these are the agents. So what happens in the back office is that sometimes it helps to it actually helps to hire a lot of applicants. Okay, um to be agents in the front office. Okay, so that's it. All right, so both are actually rely heavily on digital marketing and information technology to connect with both the clients and also the customers. Okay, and that's just it. Okay. So let's move forward. So let's talk about traditional skills for the new age, everybody. Now I know that it's a really fast discussion. So I hope that you can just ask a lot of questions later on, so that we can actually have a very good discussion. So let's go with the traditional skills for the new age. Now I know that a lot of people, okay, doesn't know what to put in their resume, and doesn't know what to talk about during the interviews. But to be honest, these traditional skills for the new age is really gonna be helpful for you. Okay, so when you say traditional skills, everybody know those are like the things that have been used, back in the traditional industry. So when you say traditional industry, um those are the manufacturing, the constructions, okay, and also the agriculture. And then up until now, just like I mentioned, it's still being used. So let's talk about attendance. So attendance, everyone, you are required to be present. Okay. So, bawal ang absent dito, mga sis. Okay. So, you are required to be present at all times. Okay. Because 80% of that, okay, or 80% of success of our career growth and even in our company is actually showing up. Because if you're not going to show up, so how can you actually get your opportunity? Diba? Other than that, um, if you're not gonna be present, no, a lot of people is going to have double work. Okay? Kasi part ka na ng company. Okay? So, three here, be prepared for work. Okay? So, I want to say to just do a lot of researches as much as possible. Just give me a moment, everybody. Okay. So, as I was saying, okay, I do apologize for that. Okay. Where was I? All right. Okay. All right, so be prepared for work, everybody. As I was saying earlier, please do your research as much as possible. Okay, don't just skim the job descriptions. Okay, because if you're just gonna skim the job descriptions, you're just gonna think that, oh, I have the potential to be a part of this company. Okay, without really imagining what's going on. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that you guys are not gonna be prepared for work. Okay, work and also school is a different environment. Okay, they're different. Okay, so if I were you, do a lot of researches first so that you can say that you are really prepared for work. Imagine, okay, what how you would really want to go to work. Next, begin and end work as expected. Okay, so if you're not gonna begin and end work as expected here, of course, the next day you're not gonna show up, okay? Because you're just gonna tell them that, hey, I'm really tired. I did an overshift, so I'm kind of tired here. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to work. Okay, you're just gonna be drained. Okay. So please make sure, okay, that you're not late, okay, and you also end your shift or your work, no, based on your shift. So if you're working from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., then just work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That is how we can do the work life balance. Okay. Next, use work time appropriately. Okay. Okay, everybody. So, we actually work 8 hours a day, right? And there's like a 1 hour break. Okay, so make sure that for the 8 hours, okay, you actually try your best to just work. Okay, um, if you needed to rest, then use that during your lunch break. Okay, because if you're going to keep on resting and resting, and then you're just going to work on during your lunch break, sarap buhay. I'm just joking. All right. So, as I was saying here, if you guys are just going to keep on working and working and working and not gonna have breaks at all, no, then you guys are also gonna be trained. Okay. All right. So attendance is actually equals to dependability. Okay. So of course, once you're part of the company, a lot of people would actually depend on you. Okay. A lot because in one company, no, there are teams and they are actually connected. So if you are not present, no, there could be some chances that, just like I said earlier, that those people have gonna has sorry those people, okay, they're actually going to have double work. Okay, and you're not gonna be reliable anymore because you're not showing up. Okay, and also you're not gonna be marketable as well because it's also gonna be put on your records. That's why it's actually related to each other. Okay. If you're not going to show up, you're not going to be dependable anymore. No one is going to depend on you. Okay. You're not going to be reliable because you're not showing up. And of course, it's going to be put on your records. That's why you're not going to be marketable anymore. So, one of our tip here, everybody, is to show up. Okay. Show up as much as possible. Bawal cutting dito. Okay. So, let's stop cutting classes or cutting shift on our works as well. Okay. Don't worry about it now because it's okay to actually leave. Okay. So what do you mean by leave? So we have here the what you call vacation leave, okay, or maybe sick leave. So you just have to inform your supervisors about that. Okay. Communicate to them in order for you to still be dependable, reliable, and also marketable. All right. So let's move forward. Attitude. Okay, so this is also one of the things that they are currently looking for. Okay, so number one, demonstrate a positive attitude and also be optimistic. I know it's the same thing, right? Okay, so number one, you have to demonstrate a positive attitude because it's also gonna affect. Okay, it's gonna affect a lot of people. Okay, I this is actually one of my skills, everybody. I demonstrate a positive attitude to go to work. So every day that I actually go to work, I say, "Hello, everybody. Good morning," and a lot of people would actually have a good relationship with you. Okay, so demonstrating a positive attitude to work now can avoid having a toxic environment. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to the being optimistic here. So I know that being working, can sometimes make us really feel stressed. Okay. Sometimes it could make us really anxious. And I know about that because I've also been working. But, you have to look at the positive side when everything is negative. Okay. You have to be optimistic and also be confident on what you can also do. Okay, don't degrade yourself too much. I know that there are some people who are fresh graduates here, or sorry, who are graduating. Okay, and I know that you're looking at job streets, okay, or maybe on LinkedIn or in any um job platforms. No, and I know that there's like a lot of people that are actually looking for those who have experiences already. But to be honest, those who are fresh graduates, okay, is much more marketable, okay, because they are really easy to teach, okay, to guide. Okay, so do not degrade yourself too much, okay, um, because there is a lot of things that you can actually do. Okay, you just have to be yourself, be confident, and communicate during your interviews. Okay. Next here is that you have to accept constructive criticisms. One of the things a person can actually be negative is because they don't accept criticism. They believe that they're really great. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect person in this world. Okay, there's no such thing as a perfect person. Okay, but you have to make sure that you try your best to do great, not really perfect but do great, because perfect is too much. Okay. So give yourself some slack. Okay. You don't have to be perfect at all times. Okay. You just have to do great. You just have to accept the criticisms as well. Okay. So that you can grow. Kung wala kang criticism, there's something wrong with you. Okay. Why? Because it means that your supervisors might not be interested in what you do. As long as there's criticism, no, there is still growth. We actually believe in feedback, and corrections are like the breakfast of the champions. So meaning, in order for you to be a champion, you have to eat criticisms, you have to eat feedback, and also correction. Okay, and work on that, improve on that, so that you can be successful. All right. Next, set realistic expectation and have realistic expectations of yourself. Okay, this is not a dreamland, everybody. Wake up. All right. Um, for your realistic expectations, if you can't do it, it's okay to communicate. It's okay to ask for help. Okay. You just like I said, you don't have to be great. You don't have to be perfect at all times. You just have to do great. You just have to make sure that you would be able to help to the company itself, or to your workers, or to your to your supervisors, or to your workmates. Okay. Now, if they have given you a project and you feel like it's actually impossible, don't think negatively of that one. Okay, wag mo masyadong i-degrade nga yung sarili mo. Okay. Don't think negatively of that. What you can do here is to actually communicate that you would need help, or that you would actually need a lot of days to complete that task. But if they actually need it immediately, then ask for a teammate to do it with you. Okay. Alrighty. So let's move forward. Now we also have the time management and also organization of skills. Now, when I started working, this is what I'm bad at: time management and organization skills. Because it turns out I don't have a good time management when I started. I'm actually a trainer, everybody. So when I started working, I actually have 3 classes in a day. Yeah. And there's like, it's for 3.5 hours, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's for 3.5 hours. And then what happened is that there's like a lot of head counts. So sometimes I handle 40 people in each class, and I have to do that 3 times. Now, it seems that I actually drained myself back in the day. Yeah, because I didn't have my breaks. Because my mind back then is that I have to help a lot of people. I need to make sure that these people are really going to pass an exam. That if they were asked a question, they would be able to answer that. That's what's on my mind until I actually broke down. So, time management is really going to be helpful for you, so that you can so that you can manage your time, and also relieve some stress. Okay, again, you have to set your expectations, or reality expectations. Okay, if you can't do it, okay, then you actually need to ask for help. If you actually need some alternatives, then ask for that. Okay. All right. So how do we even manage our time? Okay. So number one, you have to be organized. Okay. You just have to be organized as much as possible. If you wanna have a notebook with you, yeah, we do have that. No, a notebook and also a calendar. Okay. You can actually write down, okay, your schedule for the day, and the to-do list. Sorry, to-do list. Okay. What are you going to do? Okay. Next, in the BPO industry, no, there's always change. Okay, there's always going to be change. Okay, and it's a really fast change, so you have to make sure that you're flexible to that. Okay, you can't just not be adaptable to change. Na hindi pwedeng nandiyan ka lang pero sila nag-change na, because you're not gonna experience any growth. Okay, you're not gonna experience success as well kung hindi ka magbabago. That's why we have to accept criticisms as well, diba? Para nga magbago tayo. Okay, so that we can be successful. Next, measure how you're doing. Okay, so when it comes to time management, I know that when you're working already, everything is important. Everything is going to affect the team, everything is going to affect our company. So here's the thing, you have to separate important to urgent. Okay, so meaning if it's actually urgent, then that's the thing that you need to focus on. Okay. Kung matagal pa naman yung important mo, di wag mo munang pansinin. Okay. Just do the urgent first before something important. Okay. The important part, if it has a really sorry, if the deadline no is still matagal pa, you can actually just try your best to work on it little by little while you're doing the urgent task. Okay. Next. Okay. All right, so I mentioned earlier pocket wall or desk calendar. And then, um, okay, so prior to the activity due date, now fill in other days with activities that will help you accomplish the mini steps that it will take to complete the and big assessment. So I've mentioned that already. Next, I mentioned earlier that you just have to ask for help. Okay, later on, we're gonna talk about communication. Okay, do not be afraid, okay, to be intrusive. Okay, or yeah, do not be afraid to be intrusive to our supervisors or to our managers. Okay, it's okay because they need you actually needed them to help you so that you could also learn, because here in working no, the learning never stops. You're always gonna learn, okay, some things. And if you're not going to have any mistakes at some point, you wouldn't really be able to learn that what you're doing is already wrong. Okay, so it's much better to learn from your mistakes actually. All right, so help actually comes in many forms. Okay, it could be a vocal, it could be just the action. All right, it depends on the helper itself. And then people all around you, are paid to help. Okay, lahat naman tayo binabayaran eh. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask for help because that's also their job. All right. And again, nobody is perfect, but practice makes perfect, and also aim for great or awesomeness. All right. So that's it for our time management and also for organizational skills. Alrighty. Let's move forward to our communication. So communication comes in many forms. Number one is body language. Number two is voice tone, words, listening skills and empathy, and email etiquette. Okay, so if you're going to work from home, okay, I'm pretty sure the email etiquette, okay, is gonna be one of your best friend. Okay, so I used to actually put exclamation point and also capitalize my greeting, and it turns out that if I actually do that, I seem that I'm really mad. Okay. But the hello part or my greeting is just a happy greeting, an energetic greeting. But it turns out for them it's actually a really it's like a really mad email. So you have to make sure everybody that you don't even put some smiley face on it or emojis, okay? But you become professional when you're creating your emails. Okay. So hindi to text, hindi to chat, okay? So you have to be professional at all times when it comes to your email. Next, body language. Okay, you have to be careful of this one because there could be some chances that you don't notice that you're rolling your eyes. Yeah. Sometimes oh sorry, not really sometimes, but back in the day, this is like one of my feedback. Yeah. Cuz whenever I think of something, no, I tend to actually have my eyes up. Okay, and it seems that for them I'm actually doing an eye roll, which is not true. Okay. So it's just me thinking of something. Okay. So it's not really an eye roll. Okay. So you have to be careful of your body language. Also, the crossing of the arms. Okay. Maybe when you're listening, no, you're doing it like that. Okay. If you're crossing your arms like that, no, they might think that you're actually naiinip. Okay, baka naiinip ka na. All right. So you have to make sure that you be careful of that. Next, your voice tone. Okay, so there are some people who have this mataray tone. Okay, the sassy tone, and I used to have that. Okay, I can go way up higher when it comes to my tone, and I could also go way down low when it comes to my tone. That sometimes they think that I have a problem, that I am actually stressed, but I'm not. Okay, so as much as possible, let's try to have a higher pitch tone, not really to the point that hi, no. You just have to say, hey, how you doing? Okay, that's the normal tone. You have to sound like you're happy and you have to smile. Especially in the BPO industry. Yeah. You have to make sure that you're smiling at all times so that you can change up your tone. And in order for you to do that, no, in order for you to keep on practicing having a good tone, you can actually record your voice, look yourself in the mirror, no, and then try to talk to yourself. Okay, what body language do you have? Okay, what how do you sound like when it comes to your voice tone? Next, words. I believe there's a saying that words are sharper than swords. Am I correct? So you have to be careful of that as well. We have to make sure that we use positive scripting, especially if you guys are gonna be supervisors one day. No, you have to be careful of your tone. We can't curse a lot anymore. Okay, I know sometimes in college or in universities or during high school, no, as someone who's actually trying to be cool, you tend to curse a lot, but it's not. Okay. So let's not curse, okay, when it comes to communicating, okay, because we might hurt the other's feelings. Let's use positive scripting as much as possible. No, it's because if you use a negative scripting, it might be misunderstood by a lot of people. So we don't want that. Okay. And then next we have the listening skills and also the empathy. Okay. This is important, everyone. The listening skills and also empathy. Especially if you're gonna work in the BPO industry, no, you need to have an active listening skill. Okay, in order for you to help your customers. And of course, in order for you to help your customers, you also have to empathize to where they're coming from. You have to put yourself in the customer situation, in order for you to um, gain some rapport, okay, or build some rapport with your customers here. Okay, so yeah, that's it, everyone, for our communication. Okay, so again, be careful with our words, be careful with the body language that we have. Okay, and um just use positive scripting, okay, as we think positively or demonstrate positive attitude to go to work. Okay, I know that you're excited already, so I hope that you guys can show that, okay, during the times of your interview, okay, and also the time that you're working already. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. Okay. So I hope that you can actually join VXI. Okay. Because VXI always has passion for people. Okay. So, meaning even though you don't have any experience, you don't have any experience, you're actually a college undergraduate, you can still apply here in VXI. Okay, you can still apply here in VXI, because the VXI our job sorry here in VXI, no, hiring never stops. Sorry about that. I actually lost my words. But yeah. So I think you can actually visit our link at www.jobs180.com slash VXI. And you could also watch our YouTube podcast in case that you would like to be motivated, okay, or would like to know more about our application. And yeah, that's just it. I'm open for Q&A. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for that, Miss Bea. So now we open the floor to our audience if you have questions. And so, ma'am, I'll go first. Question number one: what misconceptions would you like to clarify regarding working in the BPO industry?
What misconceptions? Okay, that's a very good question. Okay. Well, I guess one of the misconceptions that I would like to clarify is that there's no such thing as sorry, that all of the people here are actually working graveyard. Okay, it's not just that, everybody. No, so some people actually work from 10 a.m. also to 7 p.m. And it's not just a call center agent that we offer as a job. We also offer different types of position, as you can see in www.jobs180.com slash BXI. And other than that, no, sorry, we offer a lot of positions. Okay, so right now we are looking for trainers, so in case that you would like to be a trainer as well, no, come and join us here. Okay, you would be able to see me soon. Yeah.
Next question, ma'am. If you're applying to the BPO industry, do you really have to be fluent in English? And if you fail the language assessment, what happens next? Do you
Oh
get
my
to
goodness.
like boot camp? Do you do boot camp, or can you reapply after a couple of months?
Okay, thank you so much for that. So not all BPO companies no actually offers international accounts. No. Sometimes there are some people who just offers local accounts, okay? Meaning they can actually speak in Tagalog. Okay. If you would actually call for example Jollibee, sometimes they would actually ask you if you should speak to an English speaker or Tagalog speaker. So you don't have to be fluent. However, here in VXI you have to be fluent, okay, in using the English language because all of our accounts is actually international. So you mentioned about the language assessment and also the interviews. If you failed your initial interview, we have this criteria, okay, where we would actually invite you to one of our language trainings. That's gonna be for 5 days, where they're going to help you enhance your communication skills and also help you ace your interviews and assessment here in VXI. If you actually failed your language assessment, um, that's kind of sad. Okay, but if you failed your language assessment, you can actually reapply after 15 days, or there could be some chances that they could also help you to be re-endorsed to another account. Okay, so it actually depends on the situation, but that also sometimes happen. Okay.
Okay, so thank you for answering the questions. Ayan. So to our audience, the link again for VXI is jobs180.com/VXI. So there you will find vacancies, openings, and you can also do your research before you graduate. Pwede na kayong
Mhm.
maghanap ng mga positions yung pwede kong applyan. Ayan. So Miss Bea, on behalf of Maryhill College and also of our team, we thank you for joining us for this event, and we hope we can invite you again for future sessions with other universities naman po. Ayan.
Right.
Thank you, Miss Bea.
Thank you so much,
Thank
everybody.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye.
Ayan. So, thank you to our speaker. So, next topic, we have new normal world of work and problem solving and decision making. So this will be presented by Sir Jhaei Villariña, Manager for Operations over at Makati Medical Center. Sir Jhaei has been working with Makati Medical Center for 8 years already, handling the operations of renal care services, cancer center, pain management, and the organ transplant units. He has a strong background in banking and credit operations, covering front end to back end process with 8 years in Citibank under his belt. He is a graduate of industrial management and currently taking an MBA in Arellano University. He is also a certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, International Management Consultancy of Abu Dhabi, UAE. Ayan. Sir Jay, if you're ready. Hi, sir. Sir Jay, can you hear us? Okay. So while waiting for Sir Jay, I think he's not I think he's having some technical glitches. We'd like to remind everyone that the evaluation and attendance form will be released at the end of the talk. Ayan. So, for you guys to be tagged as attended, please make sure to evaluate later. The link will be flashed on the screen. Ayan. Sir Jay,
Hi,
hi.
Miss Shari. Good
Hi, sir.
morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Ayan.
Mm-mm.
So your deck is up. I
Okay.
leave you to it, and you have like 40 minutes for the two topics, and I'll be back for
Okay.
Q&A na lang po. Thanks, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let's start. So my topic is the new normal world of work. So enabling a change and career path through effective decision making. So this presentation is intended for educational purposes only and does not replace independent judgment. Information that will be presented is continuously evolving, and there's no conflict of interest or restrictions related to this presentation and or related material. So the presentation may contain material which the copyright owner has not explicitly authorized. So there. So that's the Makati Medical Center way back. So as you can see, kasi today, Makati Med kasi is surrounded na ng mga malalaking buildings. And ayan, wait lang. Ano nangyayari sa screen ko? Okay. So there. And we are growing our healthcare team. So we are open for clinical and non-clinical positions. So be part of the hospital with a stronger heart. So we have the stronger heart, no? So there's the link for applicants, no? So at jobs180.com, so https://jobs180.com/Makati Medical Center. And there's the QR code. So if you wanted to check on the openings here in Makati Med, so we are looking for registered nurses, nursing assistant, medical technologists, radiologic technologists, pharmacists, respiratory therapists. And we are also looking for corporate workers. So kasi the display is yung mga clinical related. So we are also looking for a corporate worker. So earlier, tinuruan tayo ni Mr. Kim on how to do our resume. So it's now time to send those resumes sa Makati Med, no? Okay. So at the end of the session, so we are syempre, expecting to realize the new normal at work for clinical and non-clinical positions, to identify innovative strategies to ensure work-life balance in the new normal, to determine the strategies to apply effective decision skill in achieving a work balance, and value the important characteristics to adopt with the new world of work setup. So, new normal. New normal is a state to which an economy, society, or whatever it is settles following a crisis, when the differs from the situation that prevailed prior to the start of the crisis. So the coronavirus pandemic has interrupted a lot of businesses, and new relationship to centralized working environments. These approaches have laid the basis of the new normal, likely extending into the organization of work in the post-pandemic era. So in my presentation, so dito papasok yung inyong decision point for our new grads, no, in choosing your career. And for our young professionals, we will discuss also the work-life balance. Okay. So coronavirus disease as a catalyst for change. Well, it's true. An early arrival of the future work. Okay. So I can still remember, no, March 7, 2020 is a very remarkable date for me, because that time we are out of the office. We actually went out of town together with the nurse managers, department managers, and then our senior managers, and we are having strategic planning. I think that was in Pampanga. And that day itself, no, that marks our first coronavirus patient in Makati. So, yun. That's why talagang memorable that day. So emergencies are frequently regarded as catalysts for change. So the recent coronavirus disease pandemic is no exception. No, many policies changes have been initiated to cope with the challenges that accompanied the crisis. While many welcome the changes in the labor market, others regard them as emergency-induced changes, as something we should not be too positive about. So recalling the pre-pandemic life, for decades, working in an assigned workspace have been a standard pattern of work in many countries. So as you can see in my slide, no, office and clinical work. So these new arrangements, especially flexible work arrangements, have challenged traditional relationship with employees and employers. So work time and working hours, work-life balance, and the relationship of individuals to work. So as you can see on the first picture, that that scenario you can see everywhere. Lalo na nung nag-start pa lang tayo na mag-open ng mga establishments like malls, restaurants, and any other establishments, no? Makikita niyo may mga thermal machines na dyan sa harap ng mga doors ng mga businesses to check yung temperature nga because that will initially check if you are have the symptoms of the virus. And then the second picture naman, it shows the innovation of technology wherein all of the meetings, well, dito sa Makati Met, we use that hindi lang para sa meeting but also for video conferencing, yung telemedicine, yung mga check-ups or consultations, teleconsultations. So, dyan na ginagawa, no? Through video conferencing na rin. Okay. So, technological, social, and political transformation are powerful forces that radically shape many aspects of our lives, including the world of work, where societies are often forced to take proactive steps to adapt in order to remain competitive and survive. So sa mga businesses nito after the pandemic, no, during and after the pandemic, dyan pumasok yung problem-solving skills ng mga natin and decision-making ng mga businesses, no. How can we keep the ball rolling? So paano pa rin kikita ang businesses natin despite of the pandemic, wherein almost all the restrictions were applied, no? So that's why they come up with innovation in technology on how to keep the business running. Okay, so home working. The experience of the working group support the findings of numerous studies undertaken since the start of the pandemic. So dito pumapasok yung mga remote workers natin. So sabi nila, productivity is at least as high or even higher than it was in the office. Bakit? Because the workers or the office workers, they were more focused on the job itself or yung sa mga task na ginagawa nila for their daily activity. No? This is particularly the case when they need to reconcile gainful employment with childcare and homeschooling. So for the students naman, no, na-experience yan sa mga fresh grad natin na yung during those times like 2 years na you were at home lang and then schooling at the same time, no? Due to the restriction of face-to-face contact and introduction of stricter hygiene measures at the workplace, the frequency of common cold infection, and thus, and thus they also been significant, no? So virtual backgrounds in video conferences protect privacy at home. So kapag halimbawa nagkakaroon tayo ng video conferences, so our company provided yung standard na virtual background natin for our video conferencing. No, the infamous Zoom fatigue, a workday punctuated by back-to-back video conferences, increases the perceived tempo of the daily work routine. So ayan. Okay. So here's the new role for the office. Now, the office is increasingly becoming a place for creative teamwork, discussion, brainstorming, and intensive exchange. So for many reasons why employees want to continue working from home at least 2 or 3 days a week, it's called the hybrid setup. No, you will work at home for 3 days and then you will report in the office for 2 days. No? So they're working from home at least 2 or 3 days in a week after pandemic. So in some cases, they have realized that they can work better with less disturbance at home. Bakit? So kasi kapag nasa bahay ka, ano yung less? Diba? chismis o kaya yung kwentuhan sa office. Minsan yung mas nako-consume ng kwentuhan or sharing of thoughts yung yung oras natin sa opisina. O instead of yon ginagawa natin yung mga work natin, no? Also, yung mga commuters natin, no, especially me, ako, commuter din ako. So, they were able to save time in commuting kasi nga naka-work from home na. So, yung time na ginagamit nila in commuting, they can use that for family time naman. Okay. So, yung mga offices natin is increasingly becoming a place for creative teamwork, discussion, brainstorming, and intensive exchange. So, with our previous slide, no, i-discuss ko lang. Actually, the companies or the businesses, yung pagdating dun sa critical thinking or decision making and problem solving, no, actually mas nagustuhan nila the hybrid setup. Why? Because aside from yun nga, yung mga workers natin, mga office workers natin is more productive dahil mas focus sila with their jobs. No? The offices, no, syempre, the businesses is renting the place, di ba? Let's say a building, yung isang floor is intended for operations. Since naka-hybrid setup na, so for 3 days, they're at home, and then 2 days, nasa office sila. So they can do yung workplace sharing. So parang nagiging broken sked. Let's say you have 2 teams, no? Si team A, MWF nasa bahay, and then PTH nasa office, and then vice versa kay team B. So yung workplace mo mas lumiliit, and then the other area na hindi nako-consume ng mga office workers natin, they can transform it into a what? Depende kung halimbawa, let's say, you're in Makati Med. Though in Makati Med kasi, we are not, especially those in the clinical side, no? We are not to do, work from home setup. Of course, we have patients here inside Makati Med that we have to cater, we do patient care and everything. And my staff din kasi, they do a lot of registration and billing. So they have to be here. So i-refer na lang natin to other offices. So yung office na hindi na occupy ng mga office workers, they can transform it into what? Pwedeng gawin nilang storage or pwedeng lagyan nila ng kanilang mga stocks na lalo na kung nasa buy and sell yung business, no? Like si telco company, since mag-pandemic, hindi na ako magbabanggit ng brand, no? So, yung mga yung lumakas ng businesses, 'di ba yung mga yung mga nagbebenta ng mga routers, yung mga nagbebenta ng modem. Ako, when I enrolled in Arellano this year, kasama dun sa package na binayaran ko in my tuition fee is the modem, no? So, bakit? Kasi nga nag-homeschool na lang instead of face-to-face class, no? So, ganun din yung mga businesses natin. So, tumaas yung demand sa modem. So, he had to stock up a lot of modems in the office na pwede nilang i-dispatch anytime, lalo na kapag may mga bulk orders. So, yung mga offices na hindi na-consume yung mga areas na hindi na-consume ng mga office workers natin, they can convert it into their stock room. Or for those who are, let's say, kami dito, sa renal care services, no? May mga machines kami ginagamit for our patients. Those open spaces na pwede namin i-convert into something new, pwede namin siyang gawing equipment repair room, or pwede namin siyang storage ng mga machines backup, ganun. So, doon pumapasok yung critical thinking, decision making, and problem solving ng company. And of course, kapag halimbawa na consume mo na lahat, na occupy mo na lahat, you can let go of other spaces na. So, malalesen yung babayaran ng mga businesses dun sa mga space na nire-rent nila. Okay. So, let's go on with our slide now. Remote management. So, managers can contribute significantly to the building of trust when they learn to act with the right mix of empathy and leadership. So, as a result of the shift of work to the private sphere, many companies have had to make sure cultural adaptation. Ito yung shifting from reporting to office to work from home setup. So we find that management in particular gains new meaning. So this cultural change relies on mutual trust between managers and employees. Why? Kasi si employers, hindi naman nila nakikita 24/7 their employees on how they do their work. And yet, they can contribute or they can provide outcome. No, they can execute their task well. So managers can contribute significantly to the building of trust when they learn to act with the right mix of empathy and leadership, and this contrasts with a purely authoritarian leadership style. So mas na-enhance ang skill ng mga managers in leading their teams to achieve their goal. So whenever there is lack of trust between employees and their superiors, friction is more likely to arise in the virtual working environment. So, syempre, meron din yung mga parang yung pros and cons, di ba? So, since hindi na masyado nakikita si employer and then their bosses, so most likely, nagkakaroon sila ng friction between. No? And sometimes, di ba, let's say, since work from home na sila pareho, they need to follow up something or they have to file ng mga leaves nila and everything. Kaya lang hindi naman makikita yan ng mga bosses agad, especially when the bosses are engaged to another meeting. So medyo nagiging agit na si employee natin, bakit hindi agad masagot yung mga questions natin or yung fina-file natin or yung mga nire-request natin. So that's it. So equal opportunity. So a new normal based on the principle of equal opportunity therefore means that the employees should be equipped with adequate technology. So, eto rin, nung nag-execute ang mga businesses natin ng work from home, so they have to provide, syempre si employees are mostly reporting in the office. So for them to adjust, syempre, the businesses should adjust as well. Okay, so since work from home, the businesses should provide adequate technology. So they provide what? Yung mga modem, yung mga routers, and then they have to provide what? Computer set, yung desktop, for them to execute their task. Okay, para mag-continue yung operations ng mga businesses. O regardless to the location of the employees. And then, syempre, the business, since the operations is still ongoing, the business will still earn. Okay? So, with this one naman, ability to identify with the employer. So, this one naman will go to those who does the interview and for the new hire. So, digital interviewers onboarding and getting to know colleagues via video conferences require quick rethinking, adaptation, above all, creativity. So, here in Makati Med, yung naging hiring process namin is mostly, through phone calls, video conferencing. Ayan. So, once yun nga, na-hire na si employee, kapag na-hire na siya, syempre, we will introduce the company, the history, and then we will discuss some processes and then yung mga procedures in Makati Med. So we do that through Zoom na, video conferencing. So new hired employees working from home need closer support, of course. Syempre, especially yung mga new hires, please take note of that. And at least in the beginning, in order to get to work, to know the work process and to find their ways within the company. So for them to become familiar with the company itself. So kailangan yung support din ng business is nandun for the new hires. Hindi yung papapasukin na lang natin sila here in Makati Med, nang wala silang idea what to do. Or at least short background or brief background about the company. So forecasting key trends in the new world of work. The paper flags 7 key trends that will manifest themselves in the future. First, accelerating digital transformation will become critical for the workplace. So second, hybrid work would be a new normal at work in the post-pandemic era. So yun nga yung hybrid setup na tinatawag natin, wherein they will report to work 2 days and then they will work at home 3 days. So despite this, some work practices will not be eliminated. So yung nagiging practices before sa offices, hindi naman yun lahat mawawala. So yung iba lang, yung reporting to work lang yun nagbago. Thus, the third trend will be continued existence of the office in a modified form. So fourth is, all of the above will induce changes in organizational infrastructure and labor mobility. Then fifth, the challenges of performance management and atomistic tendencies at work may arise. There may be potential exacerbation of existing inequalities, and there will be increased focus in work-life balance in the future. So okay, these 7 key trends in the new world of work will take effect nag-take effect siya nung nag-start na tayo mag-convert from physical reporting to office and then to reporting from home. So some are predicated on changes that were already underway but were accelerated with the advent of the pandemic. Other trends represent the normalization of what were once considered avant-garde ways of work. Yet other trends represent a remodeling of the status quo, and some trends represent a combination of 2 or more of the above. Okay. So next slide. Okay. Given a new world of work, how to decide on a career path. So ito tayo. Dito ngayon papasok for those who are fresh grads or young professionals that looking for another opportunities outside their chosen career. So number 1, choose a career you have a strong passion for. So dito while studying kasi, you can identify na to yourself what is your passion. Okay? And then kapag nalaman mo kung ano yung passion mo na yun, that's the time na yun yung hahanapin mong career for you. Kasi you will enjoy that passion. And then next is know your strengths. Okay, that's self-explanatory. All of us have our own strengths and weaknesses. No? So if you already know your strength, enhance it. Okay. And then if you're already know what are your weaknesses, try to practice more or improve yourself to turn that weakness into your strength. Okay. Choose a career that fits your personality. Parang ako. Diba? Ano ba yung talagang gusto ko? Speaking engagement or more of operational side ng hospital. So it's upon you. Kung ano yung nakikita mong mas passionate ka about. Or yung nakikita mong nandun yung strength mo, diba? In communicating or more of critical thinking. So if you are more into communication, syempre doon ka sa mga bandang training side ng mga institution. You will train yung mga hires and everything. But if you are good into critical thinking, problem solving, so doon ka banda sa may operational side ng mga institutions na pipiliin. Okay, so know what the deal breakers are. So when you're choosing the career that you wanted, so gaya ng diniscuss ni Sir Kim Chua earlier, when you are applying and you were interviewed, so alamin nyo kung ano yung what the company offers. And what are the expectations of the company for you in the next coming months when you are hired in the company? And then traveling and schedule changes. So with this one kasi, syempre, iba-iba ng work setup si what do you call this, yung mga institutions natin. Like say si banking. Si banking most of the time day shift lang yan. And then kapag napunta ka naman sa healthcare provider or yung healthcare institution, mostly ito 24/7. Okay? Kasi they are dealing with patients. Okay? So sa emergency pa lang, yung mga staff natin, yung mga registered nurses natin dyan on duties 24/7. So yung mga leisures natin, yung if you have to travel and then you like a certain schedule. So it will take effect kung saang company kayo mapupunta. And then the flexibility. Okay. So with here, so like si pandemic na dumating, diba, from face to face na convert into work from home, and then all of the meetings were all virtual na and everything. So you have to be flexible, meaning you should know how to adapt. Okay. Monetary and non-monetary benefits. So, hindi ko alam kung i-discuss ko yung benefits about Makati Med, pero Makati Med has a very good package in terms of benefits talaga. So, ayun. Know the benefits, of course, when you are applying. No? Huwag kayo mahihiya magtanong during the interview, what are the benefits na makukuha ninyo, especially kung ang nag-interview sa inyo is from HR. So, it's your right to know. And then the location. Dapat bigyan nyo rin ng attention the location of the company you're applying with and versus yung residence ninyo, of course. Okay. So with this, I can give example ha. I am working in Makati Med, so definitely it's in Makati. And then I reside in Mandaluyong. So it's like 3 kilometers from Makati Med to our residence. When the pandemic struck the Philippines, I think that was March 16 when the government declared na yung home quarantine na everyone should stay at home. So kami as hospital worker, yun yung naging dilemma. So we have to report at work every day. Okay? Kasi syempre 24/7 operational kami. And then at the same time, we are providing health care, patient care, no? So since actually si Makati Med naman is provided yung the services for our nurses, and then for the other employees din, corporate, clinical and non-clinical employees, no? So ako kasi ang area na tinitirhan ko, malayo yung drop point sa residence ko. So yung drop and pick up point ng service. So ang inisip ko, kung maglalakad ako papunta dun sa pick up and drop point ng service namin, masyadong malayo. It will take like 30 to 45 minutes if I walk going there. Kapag naglakad ako papuntang Makati Med, it will take 1 hour. 1 hour kapag mabilis ako, medyo sinisipag ka maglakad. And then kapag medyo tinatamad ka naman, it will take like 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you have to always consider the location. No? Yung hindi kayo masyadong mahihirapan. And then at the same time, kung magko-commute man kayo, medyo malapit-lapit din for your convenience din, of course. Pero syempre, hindi naman natin na-foresee na darating si pandemic or whatsoever. So, doon na pumasok yung critical thinking and problem solving ni Makati Med, no? So, what Makati Med did for those who are living imagine from Makati living in Cavite, in Laguna, dyan sa mga medyo malayo-layong areas natin. So, what Makati did is actually merong mga institutions na who extends their help with us na yung mga let's say yung mga malalapit na mga hotels, and then yung mga registered sa Red Doors and Agoda. So they offer us yung accommodation na for our staff, so that the cross-contamination, then of course we have to cater the COVID positive patients, di ba? So kung uuwi yung mga nurses namin sa mga bahay-bahay nila, possibility na lalo mag-spread yung the virus. So good thing that there are some institutions that help us in giving us accommodations for our mga nurses and the hospital workers. So it's a pretty situation then, of course, kasi syempre we're able to, get work with those institutions. So, yon, you have to consider the location. And then, the boredom, challenge, and growth. Okay. So with this one, di ba, kapag ini-interview kayo, di ba, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina na, you have to know what's the expectation of the company to you in the first 3 to 6 months. Okay. So, diyan pumapasok yung boredom, challenge, and growth. Minsan kasi, with our urge to have a job, of course, para kumita ka agad, nagiging blinded na tayo what the company has to offer. And then, kapag nandun na tayo sa isang institution and doon natin mafe-feel na parang walang growth, naboboard ka kasi this is redundant, okay, walang challenge. So, there's nothing wrong in asking your managers, kapag na-hire kayo, kung ano yung pwede nyo ibang gawin. Baka kasi, because you're too familiar with what you do, akala nyo okay na lahat, na you're good na in these things and everything. So, you ask yourself then, self-assessment. Saan pa ba yung kailangan kong, di ba, diniscuss ko yung strengths and weaknesses. Saan pa ba yung pwede kong, ano ba yung weakness ko na pwede kong i-convert into strength through this employer of mine. Dito sa, halimbawa ako, dito sa Makati Med, ano pa ba yung pwede kong i-improve sa sarili ko? Ano ba yung mga weaknesses and strengths ko? Okay? So, pwedeng number 1, critical judgment, critical thinking. Number 2, communication. If you're dealing with patient, syempre, doon ako sa non-clinical ha. Syempre yung patient care, kailan nurses na yun. Pero, my team, what we always do is yung registration, billings, tapos yung field and everything, and the day-to-day operations ng unit ko. So what are the things that I can still improve myself with? Communication. Kausapin mo pasyente. Kapag may lumapit, may inquiry, pakinggan. Okay, i-entertain. Matawag natin pag-antayin. Okay, and then you listen very carefully with what their concerns is. Okay, so you ask, yun lang po ba yung concern nila and everything. Then afterwards, you recite back. And isa-isahin nyo kaano yung concerns ng mga sinabi ng kausap ninyo para malaman nyo to know if you missed out something. And then, kapag nag-agree na si kausap ninyo na, yun lang naman, ganyan-ganyan. Kung ano yung pwede nyong sagutin na inquiry ng kausap ninyo, that's the time na pwede nyo na siyang sagutin. And then for the other things naman that the person inquired to you na you cannot answer at that time, you tell them na, sige po, babalikan ko po kayo with regards to this inquiries of yours na hindi ko nasagot. Pero make sure na babalikan nyo talaga sila. Okay? So yun. So naboboard kayo, trinay yung practice yung communication ninyo, nag-learn kayo. So yun. Okay? And then, next slide na tayo. Ayan. Ay, patapos na ako. Okay, in summary. So after this, I will show a short video. Okay. So the coronavirus pandemic has turned the whole working world into an ad hoc real-life laboratory, where home offices, remote management, and video conferencing are the rule and not the exception. Okay, next, the long-term effects of this experiment are not yet clear. So hindi pa tayo tapos. We're still in the pandemic, no? Many questions remain unanswered at present, of course. That's why yung ating mga professors and everything are still conducting studies about this pandemic that we are still experiencing as of now. So how does digital onboarding affect an employee's ability to identify with their company? What will be the impact on occupational health and safety? Okay, a return to normality is difficult to imagine and suggests a stability that did not exist even before the pandemic. On the contrary, we must assume that we are in a constant state of change. So I think this the practice that we currently doing right now, this will ano pa, magtatagal pa in the next coming, I think, years, should I say, no? And then we have to ask ourselves how we want to go down a gear to compress our busy work days and structure work in a way that promotes health. What skills do we need to move confidently in an uncertain, ever-changing world? Okay, to find answers, we need to break out of old ways of thinking and rethink work in a spirit of collaboration with employees. Wala. This requires courage, confidence, and positive attitude towards change. It requires a new culture. And lastly, choosing a major might seem difficult, but if you look at the various aspects of it and research different professionals before you choose, you can use your major as stepping stone to get to ultimate goals in your life. And never forget, you can always change your career later in life. Okay, so totoo naman. So ako, what is my major takeaway with this? In all of this, in the summary that I mentioned. Okay, isa lang yan. There's nothing constant in this world but change. Okay? Every day, hindi niyo lang siguro napapansin, pero every day, we can experience change. With this one, with the pandemic, no, sinabi ko sa inyo kanina kung ano yung mga remarkable dates when the pandemic hits us. Parang in just one snap, o parang si Thanos lang, di ba? In just one snap, nag-iba lahat. When the quarantine started, nahirapan ako mag-adjust noon na imagine from our residence going to Makati Med just to perform my duties here, no? I have to walk 3 kilometers. So that's total of 6 kilometers back and forth in the morning and in the afternoon after my shift. But in my experience, sabi kong ganun, na every day we experience change. And this is the major change, no, that happens to us. Pati kayo, yung mga fresh grad natin ngayon. And the young professionals, of course, no, ang daming nagbago. And yet, we still survive, no? Andito pa rin tayo ngayon. So that's my major takeaway on this, no? Change is very constant. And we people, we have to, be flexible, learn to adapt, okay, with what we have right now. So that's it. So I will show na my short video. Okay.
Our children get proper and timely care. Our patients receive safe and finest treatments. We are confident to go to checkups without worries or fear. We experience service that's from the heart. In Makati Medical Center, our patient safety is our top priority. Now is the time to take care of our health more than ever. No fear, no worries, because we are always safe in Makati Med.
All right, there you go. So you are always safe with Makati Med. So we, Makati Med, the hospital with a stronger heart because of the pandemic. Prior to pandemic kasi, ano lang kami, hospital with a heart. But now, we are the hospital with a stronger heart. Yes. Okay, so I'm ready to answer some questions. Hi, Miss
Thank you
Shari,
for
welcome back.
that.
Welcome back talaga kita.
Ayan. Sir, I prepared a couple of questions here. So, from our audience, pwede na rin
Sure.
kayo magbigay na questions niya. Ayan. So, sir, una
Okay.
ko pong tanong. Ano po ang napansin nyo when it comes to working with fresh graduates or yung mga new hires po natin? As a generation, would you say that they have good decision-making skills? Or is this something that they get to improve on as they get older and get more experiences?
Okay. Right now kasi, alam mo, nagulat ako kasi I'm in the process of hiring ngayon with my units, no. Siyempre, hindi naman natin maiiwasan, dahil na-discuss ko earlier, no. Sometimes, yun nga, employed na tayo and then we will, decide na to shift our career. So that's why nag-hire ako ngayon. So ang napansin ko ngayon sa mga fresh grad natin, they know na how to communicate well. Maybe because they were used to virtual video conferencing, mga ganyan. And they know how to express themselves. No? But kapag nandito na sila, kapag na-hire mo na, and then ongoing na sila sa kanilang task given, medyo nangangapa. Of course, syempre, aaralin mo na nila yan. You will give them like at least 6 months to 1 year before nila talaga before talaga sila ma-engage. For their first year, you should expect na many questions. Sir, paano to? Paano yan? Ano po yung gagawin ko? Maraming ganun. And then, as the time goes by, yun, little by little, matututunan nila yan. Kasi, syempre, especially yung mga fresh grads natin ngayon, the nurses, especially the nurses, graduate sila nang wala masyadong hands-on experience. That's why, kapag dumating sila sa ospital, medyo magugulat pa, especially here in renal care services, di ba? Ang kinikater namin mga patients dito is yung mga nagdadialysis. So may makikita kang mga blood tumatapos sa mga tubes and everything, umiikot sa machine. So parang may isip nila, ganito pala itsura nito. Tapos natatakot pa silang humawak and everything. So they have to undergo trainings pa. And then, yun nga, bibigyan mo sila ng time frame. Or pwede sabihin natin na on your own pace, or pwede namang dun sa pace ng new hire. Depende. Pero if yung hinire mo na staff, kung magiging engaged talaga siya dun sa work na pinili niya or sa career na choose niya, wala kang magiging problema as time goes by. Matututo at mamahalin niya yung work. For sure.
Ayan, thank you for that, sir. Follow-up question ko po. Is it true na yung generation ngayon po, freshers, do they have lower threshold for stress? Like, mabilis po ba silang maapektuhan ng stress, ganyan? And what would be your tips for them to combat this?
Okay. Depende kasi kung saan nanggagaling yung stress eh. Yes, oo, madaling ma-stress yung mga ngayon, yung mga fresh grads, no? Dahil sinabi ko kanina, wala silang masyadong people engagement before eh. Pati yung internship nila limited din, no? So, depende kung saan nanggagaling yung stress. Kung ang stress nila nanggagaling sa bahay, well, you can siguro give some tips personal. Pero pagdating sa kung work sa trabaho, no, they have to, longer day patience. Ang alamin nyo kung ano talaga yung function ninyo. And then, aralin, wag mahiyang magtanong kung ang stress nanggagaling sa trabaho. And then, what are your challenges? Tapos you ask your manager, ano po ba yung pwede kong ibahin sa strategy ko for me to be able to cope up with this situation, especially when you're in a hospital setup and you're dealing with patient care. So, ganun. So, you ask lang. Kasi yun nga, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, di ba? Ang generation ngayon, since wala silang tapos wala silang experience, face-to-face experience with the hospital. So, they thought na kapag ginagawa nila yung trabaho nila and araw-araw na nilang ginagawa, kala nila okay na. Pero ang hindi nila alam, they need the eye of the others para makita kung ano pa yung kailangan nilang i-improve. Siyempre, hindi natin iintayin tayo as managers, no? Hindi na natin iintayin na magkamali yung staff natin, no? Na magkaroon pa ng adverse event dun sa area dahil nagkamali siya. So tayo, as a manager, tutukan natin and then we correct na right there and then kapag may nakita tayong medyo iba sa ginagawa, yung kumbaga yung hindi siya nandun sa training na ginawa nila nung bago pa lang. So yun. Tsaka alam mo nakakagulat ngayon kasi like yung tinatawag natin na iGen. No? Ako kasi, so ako na lang. Sa ko kasi, di ba, kapag batang 90s ka, matataranta ka, noon matataranta ako kapag wala pa ako sa bahay ng ganitong oras at hinahanap na ako ng nanay ko. Doon natataranta na ako. Anong gagawin ko? Paano ko uuwi? Ganyan. Pero ngayon, yung mga iGen, yung mga generation, natataranta sila kapag lobat na sila. Umiikot na yung mundo nila, naghahanap na sila ng charger. Yung akala mo katapusan na ng mundo. Kasi lobat na. Yun yung napansin ko.
Sir, no? Ano ba to? Technology dependent, no?
Okay.
Ito na lang, sir. Last question na lang po ito. What would you advise? Ano po yung mga dapat paghandaan if you're a fresher who would want to get into the health industry? Ayan,
okay.
Mga hospitals, health industry po in general. Ano yung dapat mong i-prepare mentally, ganyan, etc.
Okay. So ganito lang yan. It's as simple as this. Know the company na ina-applyan ninyo. At least read a short brief background of the company itself. So, kasi syempre itatanong yan bakit dito ka nag-a-apply? Laging yun yung umpisa sa tanong, di ba? Why Makati? And then at the same time, know the position that you're applying for. Kung nurse ka, at least know the basic. And then kung sa corporate ka naman, depende kung sa finance ka, if you're a accounting graduate. So know at least the function of a finance staff, no. Lagi nating aalamin kung ano yung line of work na ina-applyan natin. Kasi definitely kung alam mo yan, kung may idea ka on how to do it or at least glimpse of the the function itself of the position that you're applying for, hindi mo kailangan kabahan. Hindi mo kailangan kabahan habang ini-interview ka. If you know the background of the company you're applying with, hindi mo kailangan kabahan. Actually, ikaw pa nga, you yourself, diba, sabi ko, you ask, what are your expectations to me, ma'am, for the first 3 to 6 months? And then, ano po yung growth na may ibibigay niyo sa akin if ever ma-execute ko tong mga trabahong ito in a certain period of time? Diba? So yun lang. You just have to know the company and then the position that you're applying for.
All right. So thank you for that, sir. So on behalf
yun lang. Bilis
naman. Yun lang po. Gusto niyo pa, sir? Madami pa akong question na nakahanda Kung gusto niyo pa. Kung meron po kayo time. Opo. Kung meron kayong time, marami po akong nakahanda question.
Kasi meron pa mga questions na pwede natin sagutin. Sige.
Ito, sir. What is your take on like hustle culture? Like people glamorizing working their ass off, like no time for rest, hustling. And would you advocate for purposeful productivity?
Okay, so with that, based on my experience, you should always think of your mental health. Huwag masyadong go ng go. Yung tipong 12 hours ka na nagtatrabaho. Kasi sa totoo lang, di ba, marami nung nagka-pandemic, tapos nabigyan ng opportunity nga to work from home. Yung iba ang ginagawa, nagdo-double job pa. For what? For the money. And then you don't have enough rest. And then after what? You will get hospitalized. And then yung the earned money will what? Doon mapupunta sa ospital. No? Kumaga hindi ka na nakapag-invest sa health mo. Because parang your time was, mostly consumed dun sa trabaho. Well, I'm not saying na wag seryosohin ang trabaho. Of course not. Siyempre, kailangan, you have to, you have to perform with the given task and everything. So, when they gave you deadline, siyempre, dapat ma-reach mo yun and everything. Pero you should always think of your mental health. And ako hindi talaga ako naniniwala sa time management eh. You can't manage time, but you can manage the workload. Diba? So yun. Wag masyadong lalo na yung mga ngayon, youngsters, wag masyadong magpakapagod ng sobra-sobra. There's always life after your work. Diba?
Ayan. Paano naman po, sir, kung for example, madami po ngayon kasi like we encountered this question in many talks. Like, ma'am, paano po kasi I want to stop comparing myself to the things that I see online. Like for example, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Facebook, like laging every week may promotion or may nakita po ako, nag-travel siya sa ibang bansa, yung ganun po. Tapos parang yung question niya po is, why do I feel stuck? Yung question niya, career-wise, why do I feel stuck? Bakit hindi ka ako napupunta sa ganong stage, kumbaga?
Okay. Ganito yan. Self-assessment, guys. Self-assessment. You assess yourself, ano pa yung kulang? Ano pa yung kailangan kong i-improve? Then ask your manager, ano po ba yung ine-expect ninyo sa akin? Kasi baka you're too familiar with what you do, hindi mo alam, kulang pa. Okay? And then, at the same time, kasi most of us, simula nung mag-pandemic, after work, focus sa cellphone, tablet, laptop. So wala tayong ginawa. On our free time, wala tayong ginawa kundi mag-surf, mag-check ng LinkedIn, ano yung mga post ni Chinkitan, di ba? Shari. Tapos, makikita natin, nakapag-abroad si ganito, got promoted, 7 years in the company, ganyan. So, I think, kasi we don't know what the challenges these people was experienced before prior to that situation na nakapag-abroad or na-promote or tumagal sila ng ganong katagal sa company na yun. So I think we should stop comparing ourselves to others because we ourselves, we have challenges din to face. Now, kung career-wise yung pag-uusapan, I think your managers or your colleagues is a big help for you to assess. Diba? Sa tingin mo, tama ba yung ginagawa ko? Sa tingin mo, kulang pa ba? Ano pa yung kailangan ko improve? And then your managers, nandyan lang yan, virtual man yan or whatsoever, face-to-face, you call them, you reach out to them. Kahit gaano ka-busy yan, sasagot yan sa'yo. Hindi man ngayon or bukas or sa the next day after. Communicate lang. Basta self-assessment. Yun lang. And do not compare your chapter 1 to others chapter 15. So especially dun sa mga youngsters na medyo aggressive na they wanted to accomplish a lot of things so much. Diba? Kita nila si ganito nag-abroad tapos may bag pa na Chanel. It's not like that. It's not how it works. No? You have to assess yourselves.
Ayan. Thank you for sharing that story, sir. Kasi we needed to hear yung actual examples coming from people who have been in the industry. For especially may position na ganyan in comparison to those who will be starting pa lang. So gusto nila 1 year gusto ko na mag-promote or in the 3 years gusto ko dito na. So kailangan namin marinig yun, sir, kasi para lang tame down yung expectation po. Ayan.
Okay. Actually, maganda naman yun na they have goals in life, di ba? Pero take it one at a time. Hindi yung in just one snap, gusto mo nandiyan na lahat. Andiyan na sa harap mo. Hindi siya ganon.
Thank you for sharing, sir. Ayan. So, ito na lang po siguro, sir, last na question na, promise po. Question na lang po is for, May sumingit na dito.
Hello!
Ano po
Hi!
position, for example, for entry-level positions na doon naman po sa corporate side? Like for Makati Med po, ano po yung mga open? Para lang po we can
Ah,
advise our viewers po that these positions, kahit hindi naman po health-related yung course.
okay. So we have kasi sa Makati Med, like here in nursing and patient care services, mostly, well, majority, like 80% or sabihin natin 90% of the staff in nursing side is mostly clinicians, no? Pero ako, under din ako ng nursing, pero more on corporate. What I do is a lot of administrative, no? So sa operations tayo. So I have staffs under we, which does more on registration, billing, ganyan. Actually, maraming opening here in Makati Med, aside from yun nga, yung medyo medical related, merong patient service representative, or meron ding admin staff, no? And then meron din sa finance. Actually, makikita niyo yan dun sa portal ng Makati Med. Or nakapost din siya sa jobs180.com. So you can see it there. Yung kanina, yung slide ko dun sa earlier natin session, no, nandun din yung what do you call this, the QR code. So kapag ni-scan niyo yun, makikita niyo lahat ng openings. So syempre, kung medyo nandun kayo sa may corporate side ng of the program that you finish, syempre doon kayo sa may bandang more on the operations. Oo. Kasi mahirap naman kung mag-nurse sila tapos hindi sila nursing graduate. Mahirap yun, baka kung ano mangyari.
Baka iba na yung magawa. Ayan, thank you for that.
Anyways, dito naman sa Makati Med, dun sa yung interview process namin, we identify talaga kahit fresh grad, let's say, just like one time, no, I interviewed this kid, fresh grad from UST, and then his course is med bio. So medyo clinical. No? Tapos ang ina-applyan niya, gustong-gusto niya dun sa team ko, patient service representative. So sabi ko ganun, wait lang, nag-intern sa Johnson & Johnson. Sabi ko, oh wait lang, sabi ko ganun. Kasi, gaya sa example ko kanina, di ba, dun sa dulong-dulo ng slides ko on how to choose your career. Nakalagay doon yung boredom, tapos yung change ng career. No? Sabi ko, hindi na kaya ma-board dito kapag ito yung ginawa mo. Baka makulangan ka. Kasi since you're familiar with making presentations na, you're working hand-in-hand with the doctor, sabi ko gano'n, baka hindi ka para sa akin. Sabi niya, hindi po, gusto ko po talaga sa inyo, ganyan-ganyan. Talagang gusto niyang makapasok sa Makati. Nakita ko yung kanyang passion na gusto niya mag-work sa amin. So what I did is, syempre, binangga ko his strength dun sa openings dito sa Makati Med. So, buti na lang, nagkaroon kami ng opening dun sa, sa side of ng mga doctors, no? Dun sa organ transplant, which is unit din na hinahandle ko. So, they're looking for, parang executive staff, ganon, o the doctor. So, since marunong na siyang makisalamuha sa mga doctors, and then he knows na how to do presentations. So, hindi kami nahirapan na i-hire din siya. So, dun siya sa medyo clinical side. So, working hand-in-hand siya with our 3 head doctors dito sa Makati Med. So, yun. Ayun. Yun lang naman.
Ayan. Thank you po, Sir Jay. So, on behalf of Maryhill and also of our team over at Jobson 80, we thank you, sir, for joining us for this event. And we hope we can invite you for future sessions in other universities naman po.
Oh, sure. Sure. You're always welcome. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Sir Jay. Sorry sa asungat ko.
It's okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day po. Ayan.
You too.
Bye, sir. Okay, so to officially close our session for this morning, we'd like to ask for Ms. Roserine C. Baragay, our GCRPM team leader for Student Welfare Services Unit, to give us the closing remarks.
Good morning, everybody. Am I audible?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. First, we would like to thank Jobs 180 for accommodating us and for sharing to us these updates and trends on career and work maraming salamat po sa inyo, Miss Jhaei. And then also, we would like to thank the speakers, the lecturers that share their knowledge and expertise. Sir Kim Chua, Miss Marina Beatrice Lopez of VXI Global Holdings, and Mr. Jhaei Villariña, Makati Medical Center. So maraming salamat po kasi you have shared to us this strength, no, makakatulong po ito sa mga estudyante namin ng Maryhill College. Thank you for accommodating us and ibilang sa mga listahan ng mga eskwelahan na natulungan po ninyo on this particular area, no, na napakahalaga po na I remember my professor in my master's, sabi niya, planning your career is planning your life. So, kaya mahalaga po sa amin ang binigay niyo sa amin na time para matulungan din yung aming mga estudyante. Ganun din, nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga estudyante na nag-participate for today. No? So, alam ko we are expecting more than yung nasa Facebook ngayon, but maswerte yung mga nag-respond, maswerte yung mga nag-attend kasi mayroon silang bagong natutunan na galing sa talagang nasa field, nagtatrabaho, may experience na doon sa yung mga transitions na nangyari sa panahon ng pandemic. Also, we would like to thank Ms. Lindsay Sante, our OSS Director, Dr. Mary Rose Cabangon, the Dean of the Higher Education Department, and Father Raul Macaraig, the BP for ACAD, and then yung mga program heads po who have helped us distribute or relay this information sa mga estudyante. So, Dubs 180, maraming salamat po sa inyong tulong sa amin. We are so grateful that you have accommodated us even if maiksi lang po yung time ng request namin. So, maraming salamat po sa inyo at magandang umaga po.
Thank you din po, Ms. Roserine, for your staff din po for helping us back-end naman po sa mga kailangan i-prepare. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day. Ayan. So, to our audience, please don't forget to evaluate. So, we'll put the evaluation link at the comment section. So, this serves as your attendance and evaluation link for the event. Please watch out for the next set of webinars that we are hosting next week. We also have another one this afternoon. So if you want to check out the topics that will be discussed, it's posted on our Facebook page. So pwede rin kayo manood, pwede kayo maki-join sa mga sessions na yun for free. So we invite you to also join our job seeker community. We are slowly building it. So the link is facebook.com/jobs80jobseekers. So ito ay searchable naman sa Facebook. So with that, our session ends for today. And we thank everyone for joining us and for lending us your time. And see you in the workforce soon, everyone. So have a great afternoon. Stay safe, everybody. Bye, guys.
I'm Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI Philippines. Do you want to know how to jumpstart an awesome career? Join VXI and be part of the International ICT Award 2019's Best Employer of the Year finalist, Best Company of the Year, Best Contact Center, Most Innovative Company of the Year for 2 years, Hall of Fame for Best Contact Center and BPO Company of the Year for 2017, 2018, and 2019. We are hiring account representatives for customer service, sales, and technical support. Find us in a site near you. Quezon City, Makati City, Mall of Asia, Pasay, Clark, Pampanga, and Davao City. Enjoy a competitive compensation package and industry best incentives. Apply via Facebook Messenger at VXIPH. Email us at careersph@vxi.com. Text your full name, location, and preferred interview schedule to 0917-777-5555 for Luzon and 0965-932-9745 or 0961-757-8361 for Davao. We can't wait to have you on the team soon. Apply now!
I felt that my work before didn't give me the continuous learning and career growth I was looking for. Hi, I'm Isa. I am the Clinical Training and Quality Lead for Care Innovation Operations. I am also a nurse by profession, licensed in the state of New York.
Hi, I'm Rosro. I was a Philippine registered nurse when I joined Accenture. I signed up for the USRN Build program where I was able to get my US nursing license. I now handle a group of USRNs for a US health insurance client.
Hi, I'm Rosh. I'm a service delivery lead in health and a global process owner for provider operations, leading a team across Manila, Ilocos, and Chennai.
I felt that my work before didn't give me the continuous learning and career growth I was looking for. So, I joined Accenture as a US registered nurse. Now, I am a clinical training and quality manager. As a nurse, we review patients' medical records to make sure that services are medically necessary.
Our team caters to North America's leading healthcare payers, providers like doctors and nurses, and non-traditional health organizations. We help our clients meet the essential expectations that every person has of the healthcare system: access, experience, and outcomes. We have a strong learning and development capability for our talents. The opportunity to learn and develop new skills is not limited to your specific function or role.
I've learned different skills in leadership, business acumen, technology like robotic process automations, and artificial intelligence, which gave me the advantage in managing the various clinical teams for delivery and quality.
The USRN Build program is an Accenture initiative wherein the company provides opportunities for Philippine registered nurses to become US registered nurses. Accenture shoulders all of the expenses starting from the review center, processing of all of your documents on your behalf, and all the way down to taking the USRN licensure exam. All you have to do is just focus on the review and pass the test.
As a first-time mom of a 1-year-old boy, Accenture gave me the opportunity to work with flexibility, which allows me to spend more time with my son, while at the same time feel more connected with my team all over the world.
Future Ready is being able to get ahead of the curve. For the last 17 years, I have seen the healthcare industry continue to evolve and adapt to change. The pandemic has accelerated the shift to digital, opening the untapped potential in deploying AI and robotic process automation, all with a goal to be future ready. With Accenture as their partner, Our insights and value-driven culture will help our clients deliver their promise of care to their customers.